What up, fight fans? Main man, Mademan here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. What up to the fam? What up to everybody in Main Man, Mademan's boxing form? Hey, look, man. So the thing is this. The entire boxing world is waiting for this upcoming fight between Tszyu and Tszyu Fundora going down this Saturday. And we've been hearing a lot of things this week about the winner of that fight and what they're possibly going to do. We know that whole situation right now is kind of weird, fight fans, because ever since the original fighter opponent, Keith Thurman, backed out of the fight then got changed into a unification. And we know that Tszyu Fundora, who was originally scheduled to fight for the WBC interim title, has now been put into this fight with Tszyu, and so has that WBC belt. And so now this makes this a unification and gives the winner several options, fight fans. Now, we do know also that the WBO has now came out and named Terence Crawford as the mandatory to the winner of this fight. And the winner of this fight will have 5 days to negotiate with Terence Crawford. And if not, they will run the risk of being stripped of the WBO title. And so people are wondering what was going to happen here. And this week we've been hearing a lot of talks coming out of the camp of Team Tszyu. And we heard Tszyu's manager come out in recent interviews pretty much stating that they are willing to vacate the WBO if it comes down to it. A lot of the statements that they've been saying in recent interviews signals that they are willing to go towards an Errol Spence Jr. fight first, and they will welcome a Terence Crawford fight, but more than likely only if the Errol Spence opportunity is not there. That's what they're signaling, fight fans. And, you got to ask yourself, can you really blame Team Tszyu, who's trying to come over here and have the image of a throwback fighter? Some people might start calling him a holdback fighter because it's not going to be a good look. You want to be a throwback fighter, but you don't want to take on the #1 pound for pound fighter in the sport. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you rather go and take on his leftovers. But whatever, And so people are wondering, what is the position of Errol Spence Jr.? Will he be ready? Will he do a tune-up or whatnot? And it seems as if Errol Spence is now giving an indication of what he wants to do. Recently on Errol Spence Jr.'s Twitter, or his X, he dropped a message that he is heading to Vegas and he wants the winner of Tszyu and Fundora. So look like Errol Spence Jr. is going to be in the building, fight fans. And you know that cameras are going to be swarming him from end to end, because this is going to be like the first sighting of Errol Spence Jr. in quite some time. So expect for a lot of questions to be asked on Errol Spence Jr. But Earl is signaling that he wants to get the winner of this fight, and this pretty much may spell bad news for Terence Crawford. Because we know, once again, as we've been covering here on the channel, Tszyu is now under the umbrella of Premier Boxing Champions. And even after this upcoming fight between him and Fundora, I still believe that there's another fight on his deal with Premier Boxing Champions. So if Team Tszyu is already signaling they're willing to go towards Errol Spence Jr., all of the politics line up, fight fans. Premier Boxing Champions will put it all together. Last time we seen the sighting of Errol Spence Jr. in the rankings, at 154, he was ranked in the rankings with the WBC. So it definitely continues with the signals that we have been seeing. Now, the biggest messed up thing about this, fight fans, is that it's crazy because Errol Spence Jr. is willing to come back to face a Tszyu, but he's not willing to come back for the Crawford rematch. And you mean to tell me that Tszyu, who says he wants to be a throwback fighter, and now a lot of people are wondering, is he a holdback fighter? He's also getting out of the way of Terence Crawford? This is insane, fight fans. Terence Crawford got these boys parting like the Red Sea, man. Like crazy, man. Tszyu would prefer to go after the leftovers, or even so much, Premier Boxing Champions, clearly, since they are no longer in business with Terence Crawford, it's not looking to do him any favors. And you kind of got to understand that from a business standpoint. They have no control over Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford can run the risk of ruining a lot of plans for Premier Boxing Champions of what they may have for Tszyu. Think about it, man. Terence Crawford can easily wipe out Tszyu, grab 2 belts, and once again become the man of the division, and PBC will eventually have to go through Terence Crawford again if they want to get their hands on that WBC. And that just would be more of a headache for them. So it seems like that they're trying to resist Terence Crawford, if anything, fight fans. But I got to tell you, man, all of this is just a bad look. So, you know, it is what it is, man. My thing is, for Terence Crawford, you know, still pursue that WBO at 154 pounds. Do not change your target. Still go after that belt. At the very least, become a 4-division champion. Whomever the opponent may be, whomever the WBO may name, we'll go on the live stream, fight fans, and we'll look through the rankings just to see, once again, who is the highest possible available contender. You know what I mean? We'll see who that name could possibly be, man. But yeah, man, it's you know, if Errol Spence is signaling that he wants this fight, more than likely Premier Boxing Champions is going to attempt to line it up. And they will, like I said, instruct Tszyu or Tszyu Fundora to drop that WBO. This is a belt that Premier Boxing Champions has never been in, have a strong relationship with over the years anyway. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know, remember when Floyd Mayweather first beat Manny Pacquiao, his first order of business that he did was drop the WBO belt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they've always kind of had this kind of way with the WBO. Keith Thurman back in the day naming the WBO the WB No, all of these type of things. And so it just signals that they don't care one way or another how the WBO may feel about them vacating their belt. So this is the latest news, fight fans. We'll chop it up more on the live stream about this, man. It's like I said, man, I know a lot of the Crawford fans, including myself, for sure, man, we definitely wanted to see Terence Crawford versus the winner of Tszyu versus Fundora. But with Errol Spence Jr. signaling that he wants that fight and he will be ringside at that fight, it hurts Terence Crawford's chances big time, fight fans. But we'll chop it up. To the next video. Thumbs up on the way out. If you didn't hit it on the way in, share, rock the bells, man. To the next video. Peace out.